Hi, I'm Sue Chef, and I'm so excited because I am here today with Allison Reed, the nutritionist from Spartan Stores. We're going to cook some real healthy recipes today, right?
Yes, we are, and we're going to start off with Spartan's super pasta. Actually, both of the recipes today are going to be super pasta, and we're going to be using the fusilli noodles for the broccoli chicken pasta that we're about to make.
She says it with an Italian accent. I like that. Fusilli. All right, well, let's get rolling.
Making it real. Real people cooking real food.
First, my favorite thing to do of all time is pound out the chicken, because if you've had a bad day, you know, you can just kind of go to town on it.
Take that aggression out, Sue.
That's what I'm doing, and I know I'm making a lot of noise, but I'll tell you what, this step you do not want to skip, because do you know what this is doing?
What is
Besides getting my aggression out? It's actually tenderizing the meat. It will cook faster because of that, and then it's also making it more uniform. So now that that is done, the other fun step is the dredging, and I love these Ziploc bags because you can put all kinds of things in there. We're gonna put about 1/3 cup of flour in the bag. Would you hold that for me, please?
Sure will.
And we're gonna sprinkle a little ground pepper, a little kosher salt, and if you want to get real fancy, you can add oregano, thyme, whatever you want. We're just going to go simple for this one. And then we're going to go ahead and pop our chicken breast in there. Whoops. It's just like shake and bake. Give it a good shake there. Zip it up, Allison, and give it a good shake.
Okay.
Looking good. All right. Why don't you set that down, and we're going to go about the chopping process. And you're my sous chef today. I don't know if you knew you signed up for that.
Yeah, you know, I actually did, and I'm really excited about it.
All right, well, the first thing is we want to cut up the broccoli into little spears. So I usually kind of cut the head off and get rid of this part. You can save this later for soups and things.
Oh, yeah.
And then you just break it apart with your hands and get them about that big.
Okay.
So if you would go ahead and do that for me, that would be great.
Perfect.
And then I'll get about cutting the onion. And I'm going to flip my cutting board over, because I used chicken on the other side, and this makes it just a little bit safer. And the fun part is I love to show people how to cut onions. It's just one of those tricks that always wows people. It's a showstopper is what I call it.
Well, and if you don't know how to do it, you can really make a mess of an onion.
Yes, and this will go a lot faster. So basically, you see I just cut it in half, and I leave the little root end on, keep it intact, and then I cut off the very tip. Now you want to be careful with this one because you want to lay your hand nice and flat on top. You don't want to have your fingers in the way. And we're going to run our knife longitudinally. Is that a word? Longitudinally?
Longitudinally, yeah, that is.
All the way through, close to the root without going all the way through. And then we turn it and we do the same thing going up and down. And then boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Really nice fine dice.
It's
so
amazing.
Quick and easy. Quick and easy.
Well, that's the trick, though. You need to know how to do it.
Absolutely. All right, and then garlic again. We're going to take our garlic. You're going to think that I'm a mad woman because I'm always beating things. But here we go again. This is how you get the skin off garlic. Boom, like that. And the skin comes right off. I love this step. So I got my pan heating up here because we're going to start to saute the chicken. That's looking good. Why don't you run over, Allison, to the stove? We've got our pasta already pre-cooked, and start pulling that out. I'm going to heat up a little oil in my saucepan, or my saute pan. And we'll add my onions. And you want to make sure you don't get your pan too hot, so you check it before. If the oil is smoking, you're a little bit too hot, so you got to be careful there. And now the chicken goes right into the pan, and we're going to saute it and get all that nice flour, all crunchy on the outside. It's going to taste so good. And I love chicken because it's such a lean meat. Lots of protein, not a lot of fat, right? With chicken.
Absolutely, that's right. It is a very, very lean meat. And good news, our pasta just came out and it looks great.
While we're cooking this, it'll take about 2 or 3 minutes for this to cook. We'll come back and we'll finish off the rest of our dish.
Okay, sounds great.
Oh, it smells good.
It really does.
We've had this cooking for about 4 to 6 minutes. It's getting nice and crispy on the outside. Now we have all of these delicious little bits in the pan. We are going to glaze it And we're
And
gonna
we've got-
put a little chicken stock in there.
Okay.
Low sodium chicken stock. You don't need to put a lot of salt in your food. So now
Yeah.
we're gonna take up this beautiful broccoli that you cut up so nicely for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And it's gonna steam right in there with those juices. I'm gonna put a little bit more of the stock in there. Turn it all the way up and let it cook for a little bit. Look how nice and green that broccoli is. It's like a spring day.
Oh, it's great.
Absolutely love it. We're gonna finish this now. Our chicken's been resting, and Allison, I'm gonna have you slice that relatively thin because we're gonna put that in our pasta.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take our broccoli and I'm gonna go ahead and put that in our pasta because I wanna use what's left in this pan for a delicious sauce. It has all of the wonderful flavors from the chicken, from the broccoli, the garlic, the onions are all still there. You don't wanna lose any of that wonderful flavor that's lingering in the bottom of your pan. All right, so now we're gonna make what we call a slurry. And it sounds just like what it is. It's 3/4 cup milk, and then we're gonna add a little flour to it. And then this is our thickening agent, and it's a healthier way of thickening up sauces. Instead of putting butter and cream, which a lot of chefs use to kind of thicken up their sauces, we're just gonna use flour. Put a little bit more, and we're mixing it up in here before we put it in our pan, because if you don't do that, you're gonna get lumps. All right, we'll add this in. And then we're gonna let that cook and reduce for some time, probably about 3 or 4 minutes before it gets nice and thick. Here is our sauce. I did put a little Parmesan cheese in there. You missed that step because I was busy over here doing this, but it is gonna add a little bit of a salty kick, but not too much.
Little
We're
zing.
gonna go ahead and put that right over our pasta. What a healthy looking sauce, I have to say, and I bet you it's gonna taste good too. Toss it up. I love tongs. They're like my second hand. They're great for tossing salads, taking things off the grill, whatever.
Look, and you know, again, I just really have to emphasize that this pasta doesn't get really sticky.
Right.
You know, we had it sitting here cooling a little bit while we were preparing the rest of the ingredients to go in. And, you know, it's separated just beautifully when you were going through and mixing everything together.
Right.
So that's something I'm absolutely amazed by.
Love it. And you know, presentation is everything. Now we're gonna lay it out. We don't have to put it in a bowl. You can put it in a big, beautiful plate like this. Look at that. Serve this family style. You're gonna be the hit at your next party, with your family, whatever. So, we're gonna eat, right?
Sounds great to me.
Well, just remember, these recipes are easy. You can find them on our website. And real people can cook these because we are real people cooking real food.